Hello, hello, gaming world. It is time for yet another wonderful episode of Honor Among Thieves, hosted by our team here at Gaming Honors. I'm Thad Donovan. I am the designer, the multimedia guy for Gaming Honors, do the layouts for the modules and the website and the photography and things like that. And most recently, I did a little bit of writing for a module that just came out, our first full-color, 88-page beast of a module, Exodus of Wolfbane, and we're really excited about that. Those are shipping out to our Kickstarter backers now, and we'll have some down at, well, we'll get to that in a minute, but I'm also tonight's judge and host for the evening, so I'm the arbiter of good taste and entertainment and excellent role-playing, where we can hand out luck points to those who earn them. Let's hand it off to the rest of the team. Martin, tell us about yourself.
Well, I want to say hi to Sky too and everyone in the chat room. I have to say I'm intimidated now that I know that you're the arbiter of good taste, because that is always a challenge for our team, but I will try to rise to it. Yeah, hi everybody, I'm Martin. I'm the lead writer for Gaming Honors, although as Thad pointed out, you are the arbiter, Thad. You've done a lot. Thad's done some great writing. Lance and I are actually collaborating on a module right now. All chaos, great and small. I think it's going to be really fun. And yes, Honor Among Thieves. I just want to make it clear that we had that first. So
yes,
you hear about the Dungeons and Dragons game? I'm sorry. Are the
I'm going to initiate. Let's get a, have everybody sign. Let's get, a petition going and get a lawsuit. I think we could, get a few dollars back on that.
Well, we sent the cease and desist letter already, right, Andrea? That was already taken care of.
Yes.
I thought so.
And I'm sure we can take on Big Hollywood.
Yeah, it went right to their shredder. Who else do we have? And so tonight, we have a special guest. Louis Armstrong will be joining us tonight. Oh, wait, no, that's Lance. He's got a little bit of a cold or something.
Unforgettable. That's what you are. Yeah, so I'm Lance, the convalescent. I do illustration. Martin and I have been, so he takes some of my crazy brain clouds and turns them into something real on the writing. So I'm an idea man. And then I'm a road reaver. I do a lot of I love to game online at the conventions. I push our products. I'm sort of the face man.
You're a really social guy. Like, you're in your element when you're, talking to customers and you're gaming with them. It's really fun to see.
Yes, it was. So super secret. For like 18 years, I was a registered lobbyist.
That's right.
I was an environmental lobbyist. So I had to pretend to like people I really didn't like to get what I wanted.
So you're saying you're pretending to like our customers. Isn't that what you're saying?
I'm saying that I finally flushed that stupid career down the toilet and said, I can probably use these wonderful charms that I have doing something I love, like gaming.
Now,
there we go.
Are you worried, Lance, that all of those Congress people that you used to lobby, as they're watching our show, are, because I'm sure they're all tuning in, they're going to think, wait a second, do you mean when Lance took me out for that beer to talk about environmental law, he was lobbying me? I mean, I worry about it.
So I live in Indiana, and I was a registered lobbyist at the Indiana State House. For those of you around the country that don't know what Indiana's all about now, I will answer Martin's question this way. If anyone happened upon this show that I used to lobby, the first thing that they would think was, he's a Satan worshiper. I've seen that Stranger Things show. He's probably a member of the Hellfire Club. Thank God he doesn't work in the government anymore.
And our next political topic is...
Yeah, with midterms coming up. Well, how are we feeling about the midterm elections?
Yes.
No, I don't talk politics anymore. I used to do it for work. That has nothing to do with gaming.
So we learned a lot about you, Lance, in a very short time there.
I love chaotic evil. I love neutral evil. I love lawful evil. And I love chaotic neutral. Thad, when you play a lawful good character, it gets on my nerves. I'm just saying. No more pacifist monks, please.
Luckily, I think I can count the number of lawful good characters that has played on one finger.
Yeah, and it didn't go so well. So we don't
No,
do
it was
that
irritating enough to remember forever.
So, enough about us, right? We could go on and on about how cool we are and the lobbying we've done and the writing we've done and the new modules that are coming out. But I heard something from a birdie that something is happening next week. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Some kind of con, I want to say GenCon or something like that. Con! We're talking about, of course, the world's biggest gaming convention, GenCon, which is in our state of Indiana, in Indianapolis, next week. We're going to be there. We've got a booth. We're going to be running games. We're going to be meeting people. We're going to be having a lot of fun. And so we're super stoked about it. And, we're going to tell you about some of those things. But first, we want to introduce a member of our team, a very critical member that I'm not sure you guys have met before. Her name is Andrea. She is our chief executive officer, the business, person behind the scenes. And she's going to also join us to talk about some of the Gen Con things. So welcome, Andrea. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Well, thank you so much, Thad.
Nice to see you, Andrea.
Nice to see you too. Better
All right, now
than to hear you, Lance.
well, rather that than the other way around.
Don't worry, Lance, I get that all the time.
Yes.
So one of the things that, probably the main thing, kind of the novel kind of, it's a product that we developed a couple of years ago, and it took us about a year to really develop it, go through the prototyping and the manufacturing and working with an American distributor. And these are our hero pins, and we're very proud of them. And you see that I'm showcasing a couple right now. I've got one on my hat here. I've got one on my shirt. This is our lady spellcaster. She's a powerful force. And when we were at Gen Con last year, we had one pin, and people liked it. It was really cool. It was the warrior, correct? Is that what?
Right.
That's right. That's what we opened with. And everyone was like, "Yeah, boy, I like that. What else do you have?" And we're like, "Oh, we don't have other ones yet." But you know what we did?
We have more
That's right.
warrior.
More warriors.
You can have any model you want as long as it's warrior.
But we listened to the feedback from our customers. Literally, they gave us written feedback and they said, "We want rogues." And we're like, "Okay, we're gonna get you rogues." And they're like, "We want clerics." "All right, we're gonna get you clerics." "We want a wizard." We did it. We got them all. We got 4. And they're all going to be there at the booth. And you should see a picture on your screen now. We're super proud of them. Ron Spencer, a great gaming world artist, world renowned. He was nice enough and skilled enough to share his super talents to design these wonderful pins. And you can use it for so many things, right, guys? They're health indicators. That was their main purpose. So you've got the green and the yellow as you get a little bit hurt. Red as you are really bleeding out, and then black when, oh, it's too late. It's too late. Get the resurrection spells going. But other people use them for mood indicators.
Yeah.
People use them, you could use them for true dungeon as like a status kind of beacon. But anyway,
Thad, we've been playing, we interrupt real quick. We've been playing that Blades in the Dark game with Rob.
Yeah,
that he turned us on to. And it's always got those clocks.
that's right.
It's got the clocks and it's cut into 4 pie pieces. It's perfect for that too. Keeping your
Good
clock
idea.
status.
And
Good idea.
Sky 2 in the chat references, they also make thousands of julienne fries. And you know what? Once you've made the fries, you can also use them to cut a tomato just as easily as when you cut the very first fry.
And so that's kind of that's one of the things that we're showing off at Gen Con. But Lance, what else we got? What else are we going to be doing?
We're going to be doing drawings every day. So you come by, sign up to get on the mailing list, chat with us for a little bit. We'll show you what we got and just have a good time. Ask how your convention's going. And then throw your name into the bucket. And at the end of the day, we will pull a name and somebody's going to win a choice of any product at the booth. One a day. You pick it.
Yeah, that's right. They'll be able to pick any one product, whether it's one of our modules, one of our pins, another one of our pins, or a different module. They can choose any of those things.
But really, it's a great, just come by and say hi and check in with us. That's all you got to do is check in, say hi, put your name and email in, sign up for the mailing list if you want to, and away we go. We're not, we don't bite.
And so, well,
Not
I
sure
don't know.
about that.
You have to put your name in a different box for that when it's underneath the table.
And we should say, and we are in booth 167.
Yes.
oh, yes.
167.
So
167.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I didn't look at the map. Are we in the same vicinity?
No.
Are we totally in a different vicinity?
Totally different.
But
So
it's- go ahead.
last year, one of the things that we did at the booth that was really fun and really got people engaged as they came by is we had a challenge, a defeat the wizard challenge, and we're going to bring it back again. And Andrea's going to talk to us about that.
Popular demand. Yeah. So when you come by our booth 167 at GenCon, you're going to get a chance to kill me. You're going to get a chance to kill
Your character.
right.
Your character.
Kill my
Okay.
character. I'm really in character right now. To kill my character, I am a wizard. I am about as good as Randy.
Oh, yeah. No offense, Randy, the world's worst wizard. If
You're
you're out
making some serious claims there, Andrea. You better be ready to back those up.
So if you're able to kill my character, you're going to be able, you're not going to walk away empty-handed. You are going to win a fantastic Gaming Honors logo magnet. So if you're able to kill, you're going to go ahead and get a magnet, and then you're going to put your name in the drawing so that you can win your choice of any one of our Gaming Honors products. So it's really exciting. So in order to show how to play, we're going to demonstrate how the pins work. And Lance and Thad, are you going to do it too?
I'm going to be the cleric watching from a distance to see if the wizard needs help. Because again, we invented these pins because we wanted people to be able to like have it be more realistic. You're seeing someone else at the table, someone else of your party getting injured. You shouldn't be like listening to how many hit points they've lost. You should be looking to see if they're bleeding. That's what you would do in a real battle. So I'm the cleric just wondering what's going on.
Yeah, so the whole point is you need to stay in your game, right? You don't want to come
Yes.
out, do this metagaming baloney. You want to stay yeah, I think you say stronger words than
that's
that
strong.
during the game.
Whoa.
Right?
Yeah, but I don't think baloney, this is PG-13, Andrea. Baloney's a little bit over the top.
So so who's coming up to the booth first? Is it Thad or is it Lance?
He's
Oh, by
doing
all-
all the heavy lifting. I'll go first.
All right, okay. Hello, kind sir.
That's not what you say to a barbarian. It's trying to kill.
Oh.
Oh no, this is him coming to the booth.
Hello, kind sir. Would you like to try and kill the wizard?
Does it cost me anything?
It doesn't cost you anything at all. It's completely free. In fact, you get a chance to win one of our magnets, these swanky magnets. Is it swanky? Swanky magnets.
I like that. It's almost big enough where I could put it on my head to deflect the signals coming in from the aliens out there. So how many attacks do I get?
You get 3.
This is like an office training sequence. Like
All right.
what's the worst customer to come up? How are you going to handle it, Andrea? You got to go with it. He wants the magnet to block the signals to his head.
I know. I've used them for that purpose, and it works perfectly.
You know
Yeah.
darn well that if you wanted to make this an office training sequence and you wanted me to be the worst customer, that I could do so much.
I know you do.
Oh,
All right, first attack. I don't know how many I get. I'm just going to start swinging at you.
You get 3,
Okay.
and I'm kind of frozen. I can't do anything.
So I don't know my attributes, but I rolled a straight up 10 on a D20.
Oh,
So what happens?
Well, now she has to roll her damage. He has to roll, his
you
damage.
roll your damage. Sorry.
Oh, 10 got through.
Yeah,
Yes,
10 got
yes, 10
through.
got through.
Okay, I got 4 I rolled D8 4.
So keep going.
Yeah, but that's 4
Is it
is
enough?
it's
All
to
right.
you're probably you're a wizard, so
You kind of
for a wizard, it's amazing you're still alive.
that's right. She's actually a pretty tough wizard. But as a cleric, I'm like, I think she's good. So I see yellow.
Is it
I'm
like
a little
bruise?
worried.
It's like a bruise.
And it's a deep.
Oh, well,
Is it
well,
a-
cleric, you better
It's
wake
a
up.
flesh wound.
You might want to wake up right now because I just dropped that.
Yikes.
I
Oh,
just dropped that.
all right.
So
Not bad.
just D8, double
Yeah,
it.
twice if you got a 20. That's what I saw.
All right, so I rolled an 8 and a 5, so that's 13 additional on attack. on 2.
So she goes all the way around, and I'm coming. No, but it's too late.
It's too late. You gotta describe it.
So you were like this. You're gonna do some wizard stuff, and my first blade took your front hand off, and then you looked like this. And as you were looking over there, I came through under this side of your neck, and I chopped you in half, like in the movie Rob Roy, like a diagonal slice, and then you're done. And I would like my magnet, please. Thank you.
Ooh. Can I see-
Hey, I want to try. I want to try to kill the wizard. That looks really fun. And by the way, what's that cool pin that you're wearing?
This would be my hero pin.
I know I already have 2, but what's that one?
Well, there's 4 now, so you only have 2. You need 1 for each shoulder. You can have the cleric, the sorcerer, the thief, and the warrior.
Well, I'm going to try to kill this wizard so I can get in the drawing. Here we go. Do I just start swinging?
Start swinging.
Okay. I am kind of an oafish half-orc bruiser. So I've just got a big giant fist that's like the size of a ham. And I just go bonk.
Uh-oh.
That is a natural 7. So whiff, hit the dirt next to you there. A couple more. Do I get a couple more?
You get 2 more.
Okay. Wow.
No whammies.
It's all or nothing here. This one's like 15 to hit and 8 maximum damage.
Oh.
What's
How
that
you
do?
feel- how are you feeling?
I'm feeling.
No.
No.
Yeah, I can see the blood pouring out. Oh no.
Oh no. I can see it so clearly just by glancing over at the pin. It's
Just
bright
like-
red.
Just like every cleric everywhere, she's like, I'm feeling okay. And he's like, no, you're not. You're not looking that well.
So I think this last roll is gonna probably decide here the fate one way or the other. Here's a little hint of what's to come. The first part is a 2. The second part is nothing. That's a natural 2. You live.
Oh, you made it.
But you know what? It's okay. You still can have,
Ah, thank you.
because we love our gaming honors customers.
And
Who
so-
are
matter
you? I
what
thought you
Lance
were
says.
Andrea. Are you giving out free product when somebody
so,
didn't
so,
get
so I want to let me.
going
let
on
me-
over here?
I'm giving out a magnet.
This seems like an important moment to notice that if you really want to play this game and win a magnet, come early, because you can see she's a little bit liberal with the little kids. And the kids come and they miss, they may end up with a magnet either way. And
Oh,
we-
you guys remember last year when that kid came
that
out?
was like the best moment of the con.
that melted my heart. It was so awesome. You want to tell it?
Yeah, sure. So we had a kid who entered the drawing because he really desperately wanted a pin. And so every day at the end of the day, we would do a drawing. And so he was very excited. He played the game. And it was, I guess it was like the last day. And everything's closing down, right? Everything, people are putting things away. We had just drawn, the winner. And here we see the kid coming with his mom, and his mom's like, "Oh, it looks like they just did the drawing." And he was like, "Well, who won? Who won?" And I said, "What's your name?" And shockingly, that was the name.
Oh, he was so excited. So
Yeah.
stoked.
Oh, it was awesome. And well, we came out ahead because we did it every day. And like 2 of the days, we gave people the entire day and the next day and until the end of the con. And a couple of them just never showed up. They might have been 1 days and out. So it was, didn't cost us anything. And it made that kid's whole convention. He
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah, so you do have to check in with us. So we will do the drawing at the end of the day. Then you'll come the next day or at the end of Sunday to see if you won, and that's when you can make a choice of what you got. And yeah, so we have about 125 of these magnets per day. So please come by booth 167.
167. Yeah, and I just want to say that I love that story of the little kid, because when we took our kids to GenCon when they were like 6 and 7 years old, there was an awesome vendor at a booth that did the same thing for them. And he said, you know, this is what it's all about. It's making sure that the kids have an awesome experience. And so I'm gonna do it again. Just a little spoiler.
Oh, Dad, he's such a soft-hearted guy.
Please go to booth 167. Okay, so that was an awesome demo, Andrea. And
did you tell me how I died? Did I die?
Oh,
you
That's
lived.
right. Woohoo!
Well, and now I'll heal you. Oh, and now she's back.
Is that how you heal?
That
in,
is.
in your game.
I
in
do.
the
That's my
basement?
cleric.
That's your how you
healing.
heal. Okay, I
Oh.
learned a
and
lot.
we're always
about-
like, keep your hands off, buddy. It's called role playing. You don't actually have to.
All right, are you kicking me out?
No, you're still
Oh,
on.
I'm still on.
'Cause
Oh,
we have
I'm
one
gonna
more
be a
thing to talk-
peasant.
yes,
I'm gonna be a
and
peasant.
we have
This is
one
my
more thing.
favorite thing. Oh,
The script.
the script.
We actually, I know in the chat, you're probably amazed. We actually have a script.
None of this is improvised. It's
The
very
last-
finely, including
Every
when we talk over
word
each other.
carefully considered and written down on the page.
All right, back. It's my job to keep this thing under control. It's going off the rails here. So let's focus, people. Martin, you're up next. Go. Tell us what's going on.
So, 491 Phantom in the chat. Hey, and first of all, thanks for showing up and watching us, 491 Phantom. Wanted to know if we were going to be streaming any games. And, I know Elena is going to be sort of helping stream different Goodman Games events. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe we'll sneak on. I will say that we will be doing we'll do some videos and throw them up on Instagram and on Facebook to check in with people. But we will also be running games all 4 days. Yeah. So
lot of
Andrea is
games.
actually going to be running the booth while I'm running. I
Come and
think
get your magnet.
I'm running 2 games of Chaos Before the Mast, our seafaring adventure, one in DCC and one in 5e. I'm doing our very, very first module for DCC, Peasants Fell Bargain, and also our Mutant Crawl Classics module, Bane of the Ancients. So each day, I'll be running those games. Dad, what are you running?
Yeah, I'm excited. This is the first time I'll be running Chaos Before the Mast, DCC version. I've played it a few times during our play tests and stuff. And so to be able to run it and see that side of the table, I'm really stoked about it. Also running a sort of the idea is we're going to try to run a continuous version of Exodus of Wolfbane. So over 3 nights, will be hopefully that same group will go through and we'll go through the entire 0 to 2nd level, or what is it? I don't even remember.
Yeah, are you doing the
So-
DCC?
Yeah.
0 to 2nd.
0 to 2nd. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays through, like a multi-night kind of continuation.
Hey, Dice Station Zebra is coming to GenCon.
I just saw that. I'm so excited.
Woo!
Awesome. You got to stop by.
Yep. Dice Station says that they'll stop by your booth, our booth.
Great.
Yeah,
I'm doing one Peasants Fell Bargain, like the guys, our first one. And then I'm doing one Chaos Before the Mast, which was the last one before the brand new 5e one. And then I'm going to do 2 MCC Bane of the Ancients, just because that's my personal favorite. I love that one.
And that's Mutant Crawl Classics, of
Yeah,
course.
Mutant Crawl Classics.
What give people, I imagine most people will know, but what's that kind of world like?
So that's post-apocalyptic Earth, but so many tens of thousands of years in the future that no one remembers that we were ever here. So the things that we take for granted, like a 7-Eleven store or a gas station, they're ancient shrines of unknown power. And it's kind of like Gamma World from TSR from the years back. So you've got plant people, animal people, pure strain humans, and mutants. And then you have to treat every piece of mundane technology that we deal with now as almost like a magic item. It's a fabulous game.
I like that, Lance, that your examples of the things that we've lost from our culture were 7-Eleven and gas stations. Yes, no one remembers the Mona Lisa or the Louvre, but the gas stations are gone.
I can't argue with you there. I'm just, if it was 30,000 years in the future and I saw the Mona Lisa, I'd be like, oh, look, somebody did a painting of a person's face.
Why is she
impress
so
me. But if I
moody?
saw a gas pump, I'd be like, oh, this has got to be some kind of awesome weapon.
Sky 2 is noting that the world needs more plant-based PCs. Nice work. Yeah, one of the things, that whole module is very built around plants. That was kind of the theme. And
it is so fantastic. So the last time I ran it, Martin, you'll love this. I had my first plant person charge out onto the lake.
Oh, great.
It took running it like 11 times, but it was a banana man. And he's like, I'm going for it. And it was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I should say, so I wrote that article, and you journey to the lost temple of Mosato. There are some letters that have been wiped off the sign. We'll just say it's an agribusiness firm. And yeah, there's a lot of plant herbicides and things that can really mess with plantients in that game. So yeah, it's fun. I didn't know you were running 2. That's great, Lance.
Yeah, I chose to run that one twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know what else we're going to be selling at booth 167? It is Dwellings and Driveways.
Oh yeah.
Which is your basic parody module that you wrote during the pandemic, during the closed-in time of the pandemic, and it's got fantastic parody art that was illustrated by Matt Morrow, and yeah.
And we had a very interesting customer who actually bought that specifically because it was a very direct sort of personal tie-in. You want to mention who that was?
Luke Gygax came by, which was really really exciting. Really nice guy, and he saw the artwork and heard about the there is Dad Jokes in the Dark, a play on the riddles in the dark from The Hobbit. But you find your dad down in the basement, and it's on. You have to sort of roll on the dad joke table, and many people loved that table. Should we give him one? Everyone,
absolutely.
You want to hear
give
one
him
of
a joke? You gonna give him your classic here?
I think I will, because I just mentioned Tolkien. So here we go. Why did, and Elena, I'm going to ask Elena, she can come in. I don't know if you've heard this joke, Elena. Elena, why did the adventuring party kill the turkey? Because it was a goblin. I got one more. I got one more. That wasn't actually the one. That wasn't even the one that came to my mind. Here you go. Elena, why does the halfling always eat a snack after breakfast? Force of habit.
Yes. So this is how Martin has put his
live with him.
Incredible witty puns into a product where we can't protest when he does come on the show. Usually we can just cut him off at this point.
That dad joke table sold maybe 2 modules.
And it is officially documented in history now and will forever be in the world of print.
That's right.
I'm a little bit disappointed because you know what that table is missing? A Gorhan pun.
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
Second edition.
Second edition.
There will be a Gorhan pun in there somewhere.
I think we're gonna have some also. I mean, so for
You
some,
need a module with Goran in there.
we do.
Get that going.
We have some like when we first put out Peasants Fell Bargain, we made a map for it, and we only have a few left. And I think as just another incentive, if you want to swing by, I think you might be able to pick up a free map while supplies last with the purchase of a module.
Is that the giant battle mat that lays on the table?
Yeah.
So that's
That's
one of my favorite things. Just for everybody out there, that's one of my favorite things we ever did. When that came back from the printer and we folded it out on the table, I was quite proud. I was like,
gorgeous.
I did a rough drawing, and then Thad took it and digitized it and made it amazing, and then put it on a 1-inch grid so you can actually play the entire final sequence out with miniatures. It was really awesome. So if you guys can come by and you get that for free, that's a steal.
Yeah, and I should be clear, with the purchase of the module.
Yeah, but normally it doesn't yet. Normally they on the Kickstarter they bought it. Well, after the Kickstarter, you had to buy it separate for like $4 or something, right?
Right. Yep. So it's a limited thing. We only have a few of them left, but if it's something that can help you sort of make the decision to dive into Gaming Honors products, we're happy to do it.
So guys, Andrea isn't here just to introduce the Killing the Wizard and the booth stuff. We're here to play the bi-weekly extravaganza, super fun. The audience can participate game called So You Think You're a Peasant?
Yes.
And everybody knows how, but just in case you happen to don't know the rules of So You Think You're a Peasant, the idea is that in the world of DCC, you have an occupation when you start off with your character. It's this big old table in the rule book here on page 22-23. And when you start your occupation, you start with something, a gadget, a widget, a critter, something that hopefully you can make use of as you try to survive the dangerous world that's out there. So what we like to do is we like to pretend that we're those peasants, and we're going to go try to find things in the house that are the closest proximities to those items. I must say, I was the champion last time, so I don't mean to brag, but it was a pretty dominant, crushing victory that I will carry for months. But anyway, otherwise I'd probably win tonight too, but I can't because I'm the judge. Anyway, let's roll and see what you guys have to look for. We are looking at okay. All right, interesting here. This will be, I think we'll have some good options here. Okay. The occupation is a minstrel.
Oh.
And minstrels,
wait a minute.
Minstrels have musical instruments, a ukulele.
Oh, a ukulele.
All right, peasants, you have 2 minutes. Go find the closest thing to a ukulele. Okay, I'll just sit here and bask in the glory of my victory from a couple of weeks ago. It was pretty impressive. Although I can't even remember what I was running around trying to find.
So I won weeks. I won 3 or 4 weeks in a row and I was champion. And that was back when the Bulls were doing their second three-peat. And I've done nothing ever since, but tonight I win.
I was gonna say,
guess who has a ukulele?
yeah. As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, I know who's gonna win this thing, but we'll see.
It's not just about verisimilitude, right? It's got to have character.
Hurdy-gurdies don't count, Martin.
Panache.
Don't even get that hurdy-gurdy out right now.
I wish. Wish I could. Oh, Andrea's bringing it though. This is gonna be an event.
And don't forget, contestants, that you can and you are expected to role play why your submission should be the winner.
So Sky 2 says we might have to have a uke off.
That was, be careful there.
Yeah.
Be careful.
If
I'd
we're
be
gonna have a
real-
uke off, I want Bob Euchre to be the color analyst for it.
Oh,
That was for you, Martin.
So everyone, we have everybody back.
we do.
And do we have a poll going in the chat there? We want our audience. Got it. Okay, so everybody watching, you get a chance to vote at the end. So pay attention and let's get going here. You know what, Martin, I'm gonna have you start us off if you don't mind. What were you able to find?
Well, so when you said ukulele, of course, I first thought guitar because I don't have a ukulele, but I have a guitar and I play it. And I was like, but no, this is about fantasy. This is about escaping to another world, an exotic place.
Oh,
Oh,
So
I will
zither
cast
or auto harp?
my bardic spell.
I did not see that coming.
Is it a zither or an auto harp?
Auto harp, baby.
Yeah, nice. I don't even have one of those. That's bad. I love that.
And for the ignorant people out there, not me, but other ignorant people, what is the difference between a zither and an auto harp?
I have no bleeping idea. They're just not the same.
So a zither, if you notice, I've got all of these keys that I can play to make like chords and stuff. I don't think a zither has any keys. It's just like strings.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
and a zither has a drone string on it that always drones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Is that
That's a
somewhat
price.
accordion-like then? It's kind of like a mix of an accordion and a string instrument?
It's like a harp.
Yeah, it's more like a harp.
Oh, okay.
Mare for Self says that it's the difference is price.
Yeah.
So there you
Yeah.
go. And I hope I like that. It definitely has a fantasy. I could just play this in the background.
Or not.
Oh, yeah. It's got the kind of horror movie scare strings there.
No wonder you were Blackmore's second greatest bard.
Do we have to do that again?
Oh, no.
I was the best. Yeah. So playing Blackmore, I asked the great seer who is the greatest bard in the land because Haragrin, the amazing, my bard, wanted to learn from that person. And it turns out it was my ex-girlfriend. What? Who does that? So yes, auto harp for the win, 491 Phantom. I agree.
Okay, that was a great start. You know what? We're going to keep it with our previous contestants. We'll save Andrea, save the best for last. And Lance, what did you pull up?
What'd you ask for again?
I asked for a ukulele.
A 1955 Archcraft ukulele.
Oh.
That is missing strings.
I knew you were going to do that to me.
So basically, you've
I'll
got
tell
a
you what,
palette,
while you do Andrea,
you've got a club.
you ask Andrea, I'll put 2 more ukulele strings on this, which I have. So you didn't say it had, hey, I'm poor. I'm the world's 3rd best bard.
Louis
Oh.
Armstrong.
We're getting some. Yeah. So we got to.
Unforgettable. That's what you are.
Trusty Sword is in the chat and is helping educate us. Zither and auto harp is like a harp with a box, like a sound box, which is true. This does have a sound box. Both have chords, but auto harp has keys that can't change the chord you play. Those are those keys.
Yeah.
And,
Does yours have a wheel on it, like where you crank it, or does the other one?
you have
Like
actually
a hurdy-gurdy?
not
Oh, like a hurdy-gurdy, exactly.
there is a tightening screw. You do have to crank it to tighten it. And it's a set of chords, 4 strings each, and then a set of melody strings. Trusty Sword, I think, might be trusty musician.
Yes.
Trusty Sword, and we're thinking, and
Occupation, music professor. Yes.
491 Phantom says, Lance, you could use yours as a drum.
Well, the reason why this doesn't have strings is because I started on this, and then I went to mandolin, which has 8 strings, but still 4 pegs, or 8 pegs. But I mean, they're in pairs. But once I started playing mandolin, I never played this again unless I went on vacation. And I was doing Don Ho. Actually, I was on the beach one time and there was these kids, these Brady kids, and they were on vacation. It's a long story. I'll tell you later.
You just made us seem like 180 years old that we laughed at that joke. But that episode's so exciting.
Okay, we have one more contestant here. And so you think you're a peasant. Andrea, impress me.
Well, I got to tell you the story behind this because this came with a lot of hardship. So I don't know if you heard, but during the last segment, while you were introducing the rules and such, we were graced with our son playing the piano. Did you hear that?
A little bit, yeah.
I couldn't hear it.
So of course, then you released us to go find the ukulele. And I ran up the stairs and I said, "Stop playing the piano." And he said, I'm sorry, because he really did forget that we were on live. And then I said, "I need to borrow your viola."
Okay. Yeah.
And then he chastised me as I came down the stairs because he said, "Hold it with 2 hands. Hold it with 2 hands. Not like that. Hold it like this. Hold it." No, I said, "Do you want to bring it down?" He said, "No." So it was a story. There was a lot of hardship. There's a lot of mother-son, tension involved. I think I should get bonus points.
Wow.
Save your pity party for someone else. Martin played us a tune. I played. I want to hear some viola right now, or it doesn't even
I
count.
don't dare.
You can
Play it with your teeth.
pluck a string.
Okay, you want to? What do you want?
Pluck a string. Not like that.
Don't touch it. Don't even look at it.
Oh, listen. How's that? So it turns out that Trusty Sword is a ska musician. How was that? How was that, Trusty Sword? We're rocking out here.
I'll tell you what. You get your auto harp. You get that viola. I'm gonna get this ukulele. We're gonna do a quick ska tune for him.
I hope
Remember,
Jack-
it's like reggae, only on the backbeat.
Oh,
Guys, we're trying to increase our audience. Up, but more people.
That was for you,
Not-
Trusty Sword.
oh yes, it is. Tough choices. Yeah, it is. I don't know. We're really.
So guys, it's time to vote here. The submissions have been made. The presentations have been delivered. I have my own personal kind of thoughts on it, but the audience gets to decide here. What's it looking like?
Oh, I'm looking. Let's see.
My personal thought is one person had a ukulele and you asked for a ukulele. That's my personal thought.
So far, only 2 people have voted. Everyone can vote. Oh, but not for Lance.
I'm voting. Stay back.
Hey, do I get to vote?
Of course you do.
Okay, thank you, whoever voted for me. Thank you.
Wow. Oh,
You get an extra magnet.
stop giving away our magnets. They have to win them.
All right, we're down to 123 magnets now. Okay, we're gonna do a 5-second countdown. 5,
Oh,
Guy 2,
4,
come to the booth early.
3,
Get your magnet.
2, 1. What does the poll tell us? Do we have enough data?
So it looks like do you want to say it? So
Let's do
so
one.
Andrea did get
I
one
got
vote.
1.
Lance,
I
you got
love you.
Lance,
I love you.
Lance, you got 4. But there can be only 1.
I'm going to interject before you run. Thad, I want you to consider this. There is no possible way that a peasant can afford to own either of those 2 instruments. This is made out of recycled freaking cardboard from 1955. This is a peasant's instrument.
I think that's made with the tube that the Brady's plans were in. That they kept.
Just saying.
Well,
That's a
maybe
peasant right there.
that's a good point. Unfortunately, the votes have come in. So, Martin, you were leading us toward resolution there.
Well, I did get 6 votes. I did have 55% of the vote.
Okay,
So I won.
guys, this is the first time for Gaming Honors, the first time for Honor Among Thieves. I, as the judge, am invoking the "that is BS" rule. I'm awarding the win to Lance, who actually provided a real ukulele.
So just one point of order from our ska musician here. I know, Thad, this is the second time you've set precedent. Do you remember when you disqualified me? First I'm disqualified, now I lose. So Trusty Sword is pointing out that auto harps were marketed as the poor man's piano back in the 1930s. The poor,
Oh,
That
poor
hurts.
man. Yeah.
Wow, you're
Hmm.
coming in at, what is this? Like some at the Oscars, the envelope was red, and then they're like, wait a minute, let's go off stage and talk about this.
yeah. I wish I had known that before I made that hasty decision.
Dice Station Zebra says you are overthrowing democracy.
You know, I'm a trailblazer,
I
right?
know, and you are the
That's what I
judge.
do.
You're out there on your own.
And I swear, Martin, this is, even though it seems like it, it is not personal. I will try to make it up to you next week. during the convention.
$2.50 at a garage sale in 1989.
All right, guys, we got to keep things rolling here because we got a couple more segments here, and I know Elena wants to go home sometime tonight. So those who've been watching know that we have another special guest.
Oh, do we have to
And-
say goodbye to Andrea? Or should she hang out?
Oh, yeah, what do you think?
Does Sandy want to see me?
You hang out.
All right.
She'll still fit on our screen, won't she, Elena?
Yeah.
What the heck? Hang out.
All right.
So we used to have a guy named Randy, who I personally thought was the world's greatest wizard. Others thought the world's worst wizard. Potato, tomato, tomato, whatever, same kind of thing. But things weren't going so well with Randy, and he took a break. And we decided to bring in Sandy, his twin brother, which is a very fortunate situation there. And I believe this is the world's greatest cleric, in my opinion. But Sandy, welcome back. We're so glad to see you again.
So glad to see you guys too. I see we have a new thief here tonight.
That's right.
Hello, Thad. I'm super happy that you decided to inform any viewers who are new to the show that I wasn't your first go-to for mystical entertainment, just in case they were a little bit unsure. So, thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it just keeps getting better and better. And it's been a little bit of a rough start as you show the world your impressive, faith and the divinity and the power of your patron. That, I don't know, tell us how that's been going for you.
Well, I have had a little bit of turbulence the first few times I've tried to show you all the great power of the mighty Gorhan. I've had to convert myself a follower, pray for forgiveness profusely, meditate on my faith and the meaning of my connection. But you know what? I Gore handled it. So I think we're ready to go tonight.
Spot on.
You know what? I've been lacking tonight. I'm going to play a little catch up. First of all, I'm going to immediately award you a luck token for that wonderful little use of pun humor there. And I'm
Thank
going
you,
to jump back a while. And Andrea, for that great presentation on the wizard battle, you have a luck point as well. And Martin, for enduring the pain of your brutal and public humiliating loss, you at least get to walk away with the luck token.
Oh,
Anyway,
it all washes out then.
yeah. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, Sandy. So you've got us up to speed there. What are you going to be showing us tonight? What's this all about?
Well, one of the big takeaways from my last disapproval that I got was I needed to meditate on what I did to make Gorhan so angry. And I think I haven't been trying to help enough people with the spells. Lay on hands was only something I could help out one person with at a time. And then, the whirling doom, let's be honest, it was really just show offy. But I have this perfect opportunity to save everyone. I hear that you have this very exciting convention coming up this coming week. And I was consulting with some of the other diviners about the forecast and was seeing a chance of rain, and I want to wash that all away. I want a bright and sunny convention. And there is this one spell that some of us powerful priests like to pull out called weather control.
Wow.
You can find on page
Alright.
302 of your player's handbooks if you want to give it a quick gander. Now,
Okay.
Your DCC core rule books.
that is correct.
Well, page 122,
302.
302,
Page 691.
523.
Booth 167.
Now, this is a powerful high-level cleric spell, so you will see that I have to hit at least a 20 to be able to even manifest any kind of effect. But even at the lowest level, the spell is so powerful that I can banish light showers and bring clear skies. And I think with my personality and the fact that from that meditation, I know this is what I should be doing, that we're going to get it done.
Did you say
I
that-
love the optimism. That's wonderful. And we would love to have this great manifestation. I don't mean to put any pressure on you, of course, but should this fail, there are going to be tens of thousands of angry gamers chasing you down.
Oh yeah. Because gamers love to stay outside. That's our natural element. We're outside in the sunlight.
Don't worry, I'll be cosplaying so hard they won't even recognize me.
Okay, Sandy. Well, after paying off your debt to Gorhan, you are ready to give us another presentation. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, Thad. And you know, my disapproval range is at a 4, so let's just pray that I don't roll a 1 through 4 right now and roll as high as I can.
Here comes. Well,
You're not supposed to roll the 4-sider. You're supposed to roll a 20-sider.
Try that. Nope. All right, well, you know what? If we're lucky, there won't be any rain anyway, because what do the diviners know? Nothing. But what I do know is that I need to roll on the disapproval table again.
oh no.
I got that big, shiny, exciting 4. My disapproval range being at a 4 already because I've been having to dabble a little bit in some spells to prep for travel to the convention. I guess I pushed my luck too much today.
Yeah. So we should note that Sandy, you are going to be at GenCon, aren't you?
Sandy will be at GenCon. I'll be looking for ailing gamers who I can heal to get them back into the fight.
I'm sure you will find some.
Yep, and I'll probably be stopping in and out of the Gaming Honors booth to chat with everybody and see what kind of awesome Gaming Honors products are there. So maybe I'll bump into some people there, some good fans of the stream.
Yeah, and I want to just before we hear what you have to do, because I think I've got the eye on the chat. I don't know if you can see it, Thad. Trusty Sword is really coming through on our Zither education. There's a YouTube link in the chat to check out learning more about zithers and auto harps. And then Sky 2 missed the peasant decision and came back to find out what happened. And Mare herself pointed out how you, Thad, snatched it right out of my gore hands.
What do we have to do to block people from?
I think Elena can
Elena?
do that.
Yeah,
Elena can do
Elena.
that for us. Yeah.
Yeah, just block them permanently. I'm the judge. I have all power, so you just
It's
have to
true.
do
It is
it.
true.
All right, before I gore hand the torch back over to our omnipotent judge,
Oh no.
I suppose that we have to find out what kind of suffering I will be enduring during the convention when everyone can see me at my weakest. So, if anybody wants to follow along on page 122 of the DCC core rulebook, you'll see the disapproval table. Because I rolled a 4 on a disapproval range of 4, I have 4 very pretty D4s that will show me what my punishment is. And because
so
everyone... Go
one
ahead,
of the-
Martin.
I was just going to say, if you haven't played Dungeon Crawl Classics, one of the really fun mechanics is nothing is guaranteed. So even clerics who are in touch with their divine powers and their gods, there's no guarantee that what they are going to cast will work. So disapproval is what happens when you fail, right? When you don't roll high enough to actually do your spell.
One of the greatest things about the game is they let you reach for anything you want to try, but you will be punished in kind if it doesn't go your way. As far as you reach, that's how bad it's going to be on the other end.
All right. Well, without further ado, Andrea, I'm glad you're here. It's always good to at least suffer in the presence of friends. So, ooh.
You're just saying that because you know she's the one that gives out the copper pieces.
And the free magnets. All right. Well, it looks like this week. Oh, the punishment is extra aggressive tonight. I lose access to one randomly determined first level spell for the rest of today because I rolled a 10.
Ouch.
I know. It is extremely upsetting. So I guess I'll check out page 128 and see these first level spells. I got 11 different ones that I might lose. Gorhan is just sick of me calling on him today. He wants to give me less options so that I shut up.
Yeah, he's not big on giving Gore handouts.
Nice. I even like that one.
Thank you.
But as Thad said last week, there is no D on the end. It is just Gorhan.
Gore
So you-
handouts.
Gorhanouts.
He
Yes.
doesn't like giving Gore handouts.
I just want the audience to know I have tried my best to crush this pun thing, and it just keeps reviving. And
You guys are
I'm
Gore-handing it up
just-
way too much.
So do you have to like randomly pick the thing spell you lose, or do you need to like, should it be a 1 or a 6 or a 7?
Said it's determined randomly, so I figured I'd just roll a d20, and if it was outside the range of 1 to 11, I'd roll again.
all right, what do you
And-
got? What happened? What are you losing?
Gorhan is really trying to keep me focused on the prize. Second sight is gone for the rest of today. I can no longer peer into the ether and see what is not known, which I guess means he really wants me to just focus on self-improvement or something like that.
And in practical terms, I imagine, Sandy, it means those glasses have to come off. Just one sight.
No,
Yep.
now he's got second sight because as soon as he takes his glasses off, he's got split vision.
Yep, little known fact about us clerics of Gorhan. Sometimes we have terrible eyesight and there's nothing we can do about it.
Now, I just want to say that if the puns are coming out at the booth at GenCon on day 4, you will not be able to handle the gore that I will deliver after 4 days of listening to this.
It's funny you should mention that because Sky 2 actually, Thad, wants you to keep trying to crush it because they're not sure they can Gore handle much more. So Lance, you and Sky 2 were on the same wavelength there.
Elena, can you ban Sky 2 there?
Hey, before
Permanent
we
ban.
move on,
What
before
do
we
you
move on, Sandy, I know we're going to roll later on, but let's talk about, since we're going to GenCon and this is the GenCon episode, one of Sandy's alter egos was also a member of the Hammertoes, and there's something special about the Hammertoes from the past, and we're making a reappearance this year. I'm very excited. So you guys want to talk about that?
So that's a perfect segue. Well done. We
Wow.
are.
You're watching the time there. Lance.
Yeah, Lance is following the script.
So,
You
so
blew
the-
it. I was trying to make that au natural.
That was awesome.
oh man, I'm so sorry. So the bad news is we lose Sandy for the moment, but we gain Hayden, who will be joining us in our gaming group down at Gen Con. And
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
hey.
whoa. Where'd
And
you
yeah.
come from?
And so what we thought we would talk about is just kind of a little freeform discussion about the tournament that will be happening, that we will be participating in as players. But what Lance was getting at is that you guys, a few years ago, played in the tournament, and it turned out very interesting. Why don't you fill us in?
So yeah, that was 2018. I think it was only the second year they'd done the tournament at GenCon, and we didn't know really what to expect at all. So it was Lance and I and Hayden, and then my two sons and another friend of ours named Rob, and we joined as the Hammer Toes, which is the name of an adventuring party from one of your earlier campaigns. And we were sort of just so kind of casual about it. Even the first day, I remember Andrea brought us in pizza, and we're like having pizza, and luckily just kept moving on, because it turns out we were on a time limit, and the whole place where we were was being destroyed. And Lance, your character at the last minute sort of said, "I'm getting out of here," and just dove through the portal, and we all followed you, and we ended up crushing that round. I think we were like 1,000 points ahead. We got further than almost anyone else got. We all survived, which was incredible. We had a really great first day, and that was different from our last day. Hayden, you want to talk about your memories of that last day, because you figured prominently in it?
Yeah, so our last day was super contrasted from the first two rounds, because within the first encounter, which was just a couple of conjoined running away from giant monsters or masses of little creatures segments, I believe half of our party very, very quickly died. And I'm always going to remember the amazing moment of, I think, my dad giving away his last halfling luck point to try to save Rob's cleric, and dying because he ran out of luck and getting consumed by the swarm. And the very next roll, Rob wasn't able to keep his rolls up, and he was consumed by the swarm anyway. And we made it through about one more puzzle room, I think, that took Martin's character away from us. And then it was just Jack and me, right?
Yep.
Was it Jack, Will, and Hayden? And then it was just Jack and Hayden, or did Will go out earlier?
Will went out. So actually, Will went out also. Remember, he had spell burned everything. Like he was basically like being led along on it. Like he was floating, and we were pulling him along. But yeah, he was. I think he died in the same room where everyone else did. I think it was.
Will went out, then I went out, then Swanson went out. When did you go out, Martin? Same.
Yeah, this was a total, like, this is about know the rules, everybody. So we were in this room, and we knew we had to get up high, and there was some sort of platform in the middle, and we could not figure out the mechanism to activate to go up. So I tried to climb it as a thief.
Oh, that's right.
And I fell and I died. But what's killer for me, even now, is I had not played a lot of Thieves at the time. And so I didn't realize, and I just forgot in the heat of the moment, that I could have burned a luck point, and for each luck point I burned, I got to roll a d6.
Yeah.
So I could have made that check if I had burned my couple remaining luck points, but I just totally forgot the rules in the moment and fell and died.
And
It happens to the best of us.
I just remember watching you and Jack do the rest of the thing by yourselves.
And we were in a
white
puzzle
knuckling
room where you couldn't abuse anything to get through the room statistically. You just had to figure it out. And every time you messed up in the trial and error process of figuring out the puzzle, we got beat down by these massive statues that took us out before we could get through.
I have a video of you, Hayden and Jack. Like, you guys all like made like a tent, with your hands, and then I have a video of you like sneaking under all of the players. Just acted out.
Yeah, Harley Stroh. So the great writer, great judge. Harley Stroh was the judge for that last round, and he had the kids. Sorry, Hayden, you were a kid back then, and Jack was only 13. Act out the way that you were getting by these these hazards. You're right.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah,
It was amazing. It was so fun.
And who did our first game? Was Tim? Was it Tim DeShane?
I think it was. That's a great point. Yeah.
I think Tim did our first one, and then Harley did the second one. But we got really lucky because they're both great to play with.
But
so
after
you guys,
that,
yeah, go ahead, Hayden.
after that extremely challenging third round, I thought it would be fun for one of you guys to talk about the final outcome once they had finished the tallies.
Oh, that's all Martin or Andrea on that one then.
Happened. We were all there. So we all crowded around. This was back in
Yeah.
the day when they let Goodman. So it's amazing to watch how Goodman Games has grown, and it's so awesome. But at this year, everyone showed up at the booth in the exhibit hall because they were going to do a raffle, and they were also going to announce the winner of the tournament.
Didn't they carried the gong?
And they carried the
all
gong
the
there.
way through
Yep.
the GenCon.
And so we're all, yeah, Harley is a treasure, Sky too. So we're all there, and it's packed. There are people everywhere. And Harley announces that it's a tie. It was a tie between us and the Lords of Sarcasm, who were
Yes.
great opponents. They clapped for us every time one of us died. They were really awesome. And
They were great
I
guys.
think they were being supportive. And yeah, Harley called for a roll off. And because Jack was the survivor, he rolled for our team. And I think the difference was 1. I
Yeah,
think
Jack rolled an 8 and the Lords of Sarcasm rolled a 7,
Yes.
I think, as I remember it.
Do you, it looks like one or more of you, I might even be able to see 3 trophies in these different screens.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Does Hayden have one? Yeah.
Look at that. We're very proud. Not just trophies,
Oh,
we got
Oh,
medals.
medals.
there's mine.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, it's amazing. So that's happening again this year, and we're back in it. We'll see how it goes, because this year, and actually, I'm glad we've got some people in the chat because we can pick their brains. It's a funnel.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of strategy, it's going to be really different how we play this year.
You know what? I was going to say that for those of you that are watching that have never participated in the tournament, dying is just par for the course. And the great thing about it, when you die, so all of the tournament tables are in the same room. And this year they're going to be on the floor in Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the gong up there. And when you lose your character, people start clapping and you get to march up to the gong and bong, ring your death toll. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I saw on Facebook today there are still seats for the tournament. So if you're
Oh, cool.
listening, I don't even think, I mean, we have a team put together, but you can just show up and they'll put you in a table if there's a spot. So really recommend it. It's so fun. You know, one of the things I said, so we would talk about strategy. I think that for me, when I think about running a peasant through a funnel in a tournament, so much of what your points are is how far you get in the adventure, like how far along you get in exploring. I think that you have to burn luck ruthlessly. I mean, I think that I'm thinking about every peasant's precious. And so if it's live or die, basically every roll, I think I'm going to be going through luck probably pretty relentlessly. What do you all think?
I would agree. I would say in a tournament, fortune favors the bold.
Yeah.
You can't be completely reckless, but if you just tiptoe your way through it, you'll have 15 points and you'll go nowhere. I mean, you have to, and the fun thing is we have no idea how they score it. So you don't know the requisite positives that you get for being bold versus the negatives you get for bad things happening. So you don't know the stakes of the game. And that's what's so fun about playing in those tournaments, because you're just play it like you'd play it and see where it lands.
Hayden, do you have any thoughts on like any specific strategies that come to mind that you might consider?
Well, what I remembered was just the lightning pace at which we needed to try to work through every single situation that got thrown at us, because since it's a scoring system where you have to try to beat as many of the encounters as possible, I feel like a lot of times we're totally comfortable deliberating on a situation for like 2 hours, 3
Mhm.
hours before we
Yeah.
dive in. And in there, it's spur of the moment decisions. So you have to know how to communicate with the team really quickly to just figure out what you think the best course of action is, and then attempt to take care of it as quickly as possible. But critically thinking your way through or around the encounters is still possible, as Martin very aptly proved when we went through the tournament in 2018. So I like that there's still an opportunity for creative solutions to help you
that your thing?
not
Yeah.
have to go through the path of most resistance.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Martin, what happened with your character that?
Yeah, so that's a great point, Aiden. So there was a trap, and we knew it was a trap, but we couldn't quite figure out what to do of like how to get past it. And basically, it was a hall. It was like a long room, and at the end was a casket. And we knew that somehow going to the casket would set off the trap, but we didn't know how to get around it. I was the thief, so I seemed the logical choice. So I went to the casket, and sure enough, it set off. I think it was like a fireball or something. And so I said, "Can I jump in the casket and pull the lid down?" And it was it startled the judge. He actually went and asked the person who had created that encounter to ask whether that was possible. And you could see them be excited, like they just hadn't expected that. And so I actually survived the trap. And of course, but then the trap's activated. So we were able to actually, I think we even got the thing that we wanted to get out of it. So yeah, it's a good point, Hayden. It's not all about, I mean, and actually, I think many of their tournament modules, it's not just about beating things. In fact, combat's a pretty small part of it. It's about sort of thinking your way through, again, as quickly as you can.
When you did that, and I think you dove in the casket and pulled a shield over your head, or you pulled something down, but it was
I pulled the lid down.
Yeah, it was amazing. That one sticks out with me, and the other one that really sticks out with me, based on what Hayden was saying, is the levitating guy.
Yeah.
That didn't do anything to us, and it was pretty early on, and we didn't take too much time. We're like, okay, if he ain't messing with us, we're not messing with him, and we just left it. But it was torture to leave that unaddressed because we thought we were leaving points on the board, but we're like, all right, keep going.
Yeah, we made a very quick judgment call that was bad news.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, it's really bad news. So we just decided to move on, which is another tough call, right? Because you get points for interacting with things. So you can't just go through and avoid everything. But we knew that was going to be more than we could handle.
Yep. It was fun to have the risk reward system of whenever we were risking taking damage, we wanted to know exactly what we were going to learn from the situation that we were putting ourselves in. We can take a gamble, or we can mess around with this a little bit more to try to understand exactly what the mechanics of this individual room are. And the variety of puzzles was incredible. So
yeah. I suppose one other thing we should add, I know we have to move on, but especially if people are watching and they haven't played in a tournament before, it's not really role playing. And I know that sounds weird, like you're not necessarily confined to your character's knowledge, which is different from other games. So for instance, in your puzzle, Hayden, when you died, it ended up being you had to know the color wheel. And no character would know the color wheel, but a player might. And you can call on your knowledge as a player in ways that when we all game around the table, we actually work against. So you really are going in as yourself, using the rules and the things you know of the game to try and earn points. Do you think that's a fair description, Lance?
Yeah, I just remember that you and Rob and I and Will got up from the table once we all I think we started to whisper, and Harley's like, get out of here, because he heard us whisper something about color. So we're like, oh, okay. So we got up and we huddled in the room, and we're all like, man, I wish Adam was here right now, because we know it has something to do with the prison.
Yeah, none of us knew the answer either, but we knew one of our buddies.
We knew one of our friends would know it.
You probably would have figured that out in 2 seconds.
So this will be my first tournament, actually, and I'm really looking forward to it. And this is kind of a lame strategy, but it's going to be a realistic strategy. And that is that, unfortunately, I already know ahead of time that I can't make all days. So going into it, if there are any NPCs that need to be sort of the sacrificial lambs, they should be my guys. Right, because once you're out, right? I can't have a replacement player or anything.
Well, we have to check the rules on this particular tournament. Did you always read them? Because
I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
in the previous years, you could die and then you would be regenerated in the next round. But this
Yeah.
year, no, because it's a funnel.
Well, no, that's I thought you were asking a different question. I don't know. I'll have to double check that rule. I'm guessing because it's a funnel, you probably do just die, but you can't. What I was getting at is no one can take Thad's seat at the table.
Oh, like a real human being can't switch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Right. Yeah,
That can be our luck burn guy.
that's
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
point.
So
Our luck battery.
right. So guys, we're a little over already, so we're gonna finish it up here based on that last segment there. We could chat all night. We love talking games and such, but you'll have to check us out after the convention for our next episode. And does anybody have any final thoughts before you roll the bodies and see who makes it through?
Andrea, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah. Hayden, good to have you for the first
Yeah.
time ever.
Yeah, and Hayden here in your real character. And I just really
character.
I'm really excited. I know Sky 2 said they're coming. Again, booth 167. And then definitely Lance, Thad, and I are going to be basically living out on Lucas Oil Stadium floor running games. So really would love to meet you. Sky 2, if you come by, make sure you tell us that you're Sky 2. Because
So that we can-
we'll need that.
So that we can escort you to the exit for your bad puns.
for the puns. Yeah, and Mayor for Self, I wish you could come, but we'll try and bring it to you virtually through Instagram and pictures and stuff.
All right, people, let's roll some dice. Don't forget, some of you have luck points that you can subtract. For those who don't know, when your character loses hit points in Dungeon Crawl Classics and you get to the point where you're unconscious, you're going to die if somebody doesn't come help you. But there's a chance that you can kind of stabilize yourself here.
Oh, it's
And,
Dice Station Zebra coming. Thank you, Sky 2. Sky 2, you should come too, though. But okay, Dice Station Zebra, and that's the one.
Okay. Do you have more than one?
I'll roll one.
Oh, you're on.
And you're rolling against your luck score, but you're trying to get under that luck score. So, for example, Lance, what luck score are you working with?
Merle the Mad, I've been rocking him every week. He's got a 12 on his luck.
Okay, so you're looking for, is it 12 or under, or is it 11 or under?
You hit it or under.
Got
So
it.
If you hit the luck. Now, I've been very lucky because I've been rolling really low the last 3 or 4 weeks, but we'll see what happens tonight.
All right, here we go. Roll
That's
those
a-
bodies.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah,
All
Merle
right.
still going.
So
Hayden.
Andrea is going to be her wizard, and her that she's got a luck of 9.
Yes.
All right.
And I got a 9.
Okay.
She's in.
We rolled. You're still alive. Wonderful. So good. We'll see you at GenCon then.
Yeah, that's right.
And I will. So who is that? I guess I'll roll for Tin Ring, my dwarven blacksmith who can't make tin ring. And he made it too. It's
Excellent.
good for GenCon.
Now, Hayden, do you have anybody in the background there? You want to roll for Sandy or somebody else?
Well, I was just rolling for Sandy because we all know how unlucky he is. So it was going to be a toughie. You can't script this stuff. Classic Randy Sandy fashion.
Oh.
There it is. We're good to go.
That's
Very
perfect.
nice.
So we'll see Sandy in a couple weeks. Awesome. All right. Well, it's been another great show, everybody. Glad to have Andrea on with us. Sandy, as always, and Hayden. And everybody out there, look for us at GenCon and on Facebook at Gaming Honors.
GamingHonors.com on the internet.
And on Instagram at Gaming Honors RPG. And of course, on starting Thursday at
Booth
booth
1.
167.
167. All right. That's it, everybody. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Bye, everybody.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night.